Welcome back everyone, 𝘱𝘰𝘀𝘺𝘺 here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the price of Bitcoin. Obviously we saw this massive drop that happened over the weekend, and I'm going to be honest, I barely looked at the price, I barely looked at the charts, I did not check my portfolio balance. I was in the Dominican Republic for the weekend, and it's like I'm not going to sell, I'm not going to panic sell, I'm not going to even try to sell on the way down and buy lower. Mainly because that would entail me sitting in front of my computer all day, being on my phone all day, not being present, and not enjoying my weekend vacation. So I just let Bitcoin do what Bitcoin was going to do, and I did not make any moves. I will probably actually add a little bit to my Bitcoin position over the next few days. I have maybe like $5,000 or so that I could deploy and buy more Bitcoin. I'd rather buy Bitcoin than any other altcoins or even Ethereum right now. For me, the more time that goes by, the more I just want to add to my Bitcoin position more than any other position. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts. I don't even know if there was a specific catalyst that, made Bitcoin price drop dramatically. For me, I don't really care. Everyone's always like, why? Why is Bitcoin falling? Well, most markets are played by human emotions. I do believe that sometimes markets are influenced frequently by the news, but I always feel like that is a short-term effect on the market, and when you scope out, it doesn't really affect the market in the long term. But some people do trade based on news, but that is something that I'm definitely not interested in doing in particular. So if you've been watching my videos, I posted like months ago about if you basically look at the weekly chart. So if you can see on my chart here, I have this thick green line, I have this thick red line, okay? These are EMAs, and you could basically see here that the red one is a 12-day EMA, and you can add this to your chart so you could see it for yourself too. The red one is a 12, and this green one here is a 5. Oh, that's the wrong indicator right there. Well, anyways, it's not letting me click it, but that green one is a 5. So red is 12, green is 5. If you zoom out on the weekly chart, and you look at the history of Bitcoin, when the green crossed below the red, it was always the right time to get out. And when the green crossed fully above the red, it was always a time to get back in. And what's great about that is the weekly chart, those lines form very slowly, and you don't have to be fully committed and staring at the charts all day long. It's actually a really nice long-term swing trade. So for example, if you got back into Bitcoin over in this range at $8,000, you could see the Bitcoin didn't cross below all the way until about the $50,000 range. And even if you look at the short term over the last year or so, it would have been a really, really great play. So when I saw this green crossing below the red, I was definitely concerned, and I've been saying that for a while. I didn't think we were going to, well, I did also mention in one of my videos that I thought we were going to maybe hit the $30,000 range, which we didn't quite hit it yet, but it's always still possible. So that was always a little bit concerning to me. And so I would feel like if you're trying to be 100% confident in going back in, I'd be waiting for the green to cross back over the red. But that's if you're trying to trade and be profitable with money that you need immediately. For me, Bitcoin at $36,000 seems like the sale of a lifetime. And I think we will look back at this buying opportunity as a massive, massive buying opportunity. So this weekly chart still doesn't look that great to me because of this red 2 trading below the red 1. I do not like that. I think that, there is no confirmation on the weekly that the bottom is technically in. We need a lot more happening. This is the daily chart. The daily chart really hasn't given us a lot of hope either. I would love to see this green moving average crossing over the red. So the same concept that I just described on the weekly chart, you can also apply it in many cases to the daily chart and find a lot of success there. So still not a lot of hope here. I mean, in a sense, I feel like buying at these levels is still kind of sort of catching a falling knife from one perspective, but my other perspective is Bitcoin at $36,000, like I said, seems like an absolute steal and a buy of a lifetime. So let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour chart here. 4-hour chart, I do like this green crossing over the red, but for more confirmation, I would like to see Bitcoin on the 4-hour get above $44,000. So that is a very, very, very long way to go. This is the hourly chart here, which actually does look pretty good, except here that I don't like the fact that we didn't see a higher high and that we could potentially be making a lower low, but Bitcoin was just $37,000 like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, and I was looking at the chart, and now it's back down to approximately 36. So lots of volatility. If you are eyes glued and know what you're doing, there are lots of opportunities to make money, but that is not my particular approach. This is a 30-minute chart, which looks looks okay to me. Chart's still not really looking all that great. Let's look at the 5-minute chart just for fun. 5-minute chart making a lower low. I would be curious to see if this is matching up with the S&P 500s. Let's go and take a look at majors. Let's look at SPY. This is a 5-minute chart, so this is making sense why Bitcoin started dropping, because SPY pretty much did the same exact thing. We are still seeing correlation. I see correlation amongst majors like SPY. I see correlations like with crypto. It also seems like when those are down, marijuana stocks are down too. Marijuana stocks are in the absolute dumps. I bought like a few $1,000s worth of marijuana stocks a couple months ago. Yeah, they're all down quite majorly. But let's look at something here. So this is a 5-minute chart on SPY. So SPY is basically like in correlation with S&P 500. So you could see here that, let me show you. So right here at 9:30, can't believe it's already January 25th. That is pretty crazy. So 9:30, when it opened, we started to see a decline. Let's go ahead and go back to Bitcoin and see when it started its decline on also the 5-minute chart here. So looks like it came in just a little bit after, but 9:45. So we saw 15 minutes after the stock market opened and SPY started to decline, Bitcoin followed 15 minutes later. So some people use that that time frame, which the 15-minute thing I see pretty frequently. They use that as a way to trade. So that could be, you know, your potential strategy. Link at $14.98. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to zoom out to the daily chart. And I want to compare a few different coins and how much they have fallen from all-time highs. Actually, it might be easier to do this on the weekly chart. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm not sure. I have a paid membership on here, but I don't know why it keeps on telling me that I can't look at certain time frames. So I'll just have to stick with the daily here. So this is the daily chart here on the link, and the all-time high came in around when Bitcoin's all-time high came in. And typically, you know, when I look at alts versus Bitcoin, usually alts fall harder. So Link is down 76% from all-time highs. Let's take a look. I think Bitcoin's around the 50% range from all-time highs. Bitcoin is down about 52% from all-time highs. Let's take a look at Ethereum, which last time I was looking at Ethereum, it was actually had the least amount of percentage from a falling point. Bitcoin and Ethereum are about the same. Ethereum seems to be at about 54, down from all-time highs. So this is a great example of me showing you why most times I am not really interested when it comes to altcoins, is because they fall a lot harder than Bitcoin does. So actually, one coin that I don't really talk about, I bought it years ago and I'm just kind of holding it, is NEO. So you could see here that NEO hit in May of 2021, $140, but actually it's never gotten close to its previous all-time high all the way from back here in 2018, which was about $200. So basically, this is an example of, like, for example, you know, NEO has not gotten back to its all-time highs from 2018, just like XRP has not gotten back to its all-time highs from 2018. So, which Bitcoin has obviously surpassed its all-time highs from 2018. So altcoins just end up suffering quite a bit. So let's go ahead and take a look closer at SPY, because like I said, there's this correlation, right? This ongoing correlation between SPY and crypto, and let's see here. This is the daily chart. We could see here that actually was this a flash crash? I didn't see this on my chart earlier actually. Okay, so this is the candle from today. A low of $364 and a high of $440. Did that just happen? When did that happen? That's weird. It's not showing up on the 5-minute. That's not really making much sense there. Oh, that's odd. That's strange. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the daily chart here. Obviously, making lower lows, not looking too good. Let's look at the 4-hour chart here on SPY. Also making lower lows, so just not a ton of strength. You know, hourly has a long ways to go before it has a momentum shift. So just some things to consider there. Like I said, I'm probably going to be adding to my Bitcoin position soon. I'll probably take a look at lower level time frames to make my entry points. Probably going to like dollar cost average over the next few days. Like I said, I'm adding to my Bitcoin position. That is the most important for me. If you'd like to support my channel in any way, I have a links down below. So one thing that I think is very important when it comes to the cryptocurrency space is having at least 2 exchanges that you can easily have access to. And that is because if there is a time where you want to buy or sell, like I don't even know because I wasn't trying, but I'm guessing during that big crash on Bitcoin, I'm sure Coinbase slowed down. It's probably really hard. So I like to have a few different exchanges. I use Kraken, I use Gemini, and I use Coinbase. Those are like the ones that I use the most frequently. And that's because sometimes they'll have so much volume that they can't keep up. Their servers crash. You don't have any ways to buy or sell if you're trying to go in either direction. So if you want to go ahead and join Gemini, I have a link down below. It's one of the exchanges that I enjoy using the most. And they actually have really, really low fees when you use the pro version. So that's one thing to consider there. And if you want to use any of my other links to earn interest on your cryptocurrency, like 𝘱𝘭𝘺, which I just started using and I'm really excited about, Nexo, Celsius, BlockFi, I have links all down below for that as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have an amazing week. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.